Hey everybody, it's John Ross with the John Ross Show here on Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, also Ash Wednesday. And I'll be going to my church tonight for an Ash Wednesday service. And today we're going to talk about Jesse Jackson and remembering Jesse Jackson. And I just want to say briefly that it's 59 degrees outside. And that's pretty good, isn't it, folks? But I think that's going to change in the next day. So we're going to talk about Jesse Jackson here, and I want to give you a little thoughts about Reverend Jackson. Um, we know he's been on the political scene a long time. He was a protege of Martin Luther King. He was there when he was assassinated in Memphis, and he's run an operation out of Chicago, Push, and he's done a lot of things. He ran for president twice. He's been an activist for justice, social justice, for 60 years or more about. He's really a beacon or a legacy to those who want to show concern and hope for the downtrodden. And we thank for the Lord to give us Jesse Jackson for the time we had him. Uh, this picture that I have up there right now is a photo from when Reverend Jackson was speaking to the United Nations in 2012. So he gets around. He got around in a lot of different places. And when I was younger, a little younger, and running and doing political things more yet, I went up to my school where I had done graduate work at Wheaton College in 1988 to remember to hear Reverend Jackson at the called Pierce Chapel there. It was an exciting time to hear him uh, talk about justice and his frame of mind about how things should be. He uh, he reached out to those that were downtrodden, the poor whites, the poor others. He just didn't think about the economic disadvantages in the black community. He thought about them all throughout our country. And that was a beautiful thing. And that's what's needed today more to think broadly on these things. And Reverend Jackson reminds me of a current young man who's running in Texas. And his name is James Tellerico. And he was recently, about 2 nights ago, I guess it was Monday night. He was on Stephen Colbert, but Stephen Colbert on YouTube, because CBS wouldn't let him have Tellerico on his show. It's a long story, but anyway, Tellerico is a very interesting candidate. He's running for U.S. Senate in Texas, and he uses a biblical framework too that Reverend Jackson used, and I think that's a very important thing. And I think many Democrats have forgot to use that framework, if that's their heritage, to use it. And Tellerico is a seminarian, and I think he's pastoring a church too, maybe, but he's from the Texas state legislature, and he's a very astute on how to talk. I can't. You'll have to listen to him to understand what we're saying. Even the other day, former President Obama thought he was one of the up and coming stars of the Democrats. There's another star there, Jasmine Crockett. He's running. It's a really tight race there in Texas, and I guess it'd be like 38 years since they had a last Democratic senator. If Tellerico or Crockett can do it, and anyway, Tellerico reminds me a lot of Jackson, of Jesse Jackson, of Reverend Jackson. And the other thing about Reverend Jackson that I remember is I heard him speak at Wheaton College, and that's what I was going to get to today. Many years ago, in 1988, when he was running, he came through there. It was a DePage type of, well, I guess a DePage outreach. I didn't look that up about his voting in Illinois. I should have looked that up before I talked today, but I know he did well. He came in second in that year to Dukakis. Really, really set the tone there for an African American running in a presidential race. And I remember hearing him in that chapel. It's a smaller chapel, Wheaton College. The other one's called Edmond, which holds, I guess, a couple thousand. This chapel maybe only holds 500 to 1,000. It's smaller, older. But Reverend Jackson spoke there. I remember that. And it was in 1988 campaign that he was running for president. I know others in our Fox Valley and Chicago area have had more interactions with Reverend Jackson. And this weekend I'll be at a Black History event in Aurora, and I'll find out some more stories on Reverend Jackson. From our local area. I'll try to relay those, and maybe we'll have a guest along that line too. So anyway, remembering Jesse Jackson, today sometimes I haven't got into it. I had to do other things, but they put out a section on him, and I think that's well deserved, and I'll have to read that. They put up a nice section on Reverend Jesse Jackson. I don't know what the Tribune did, but I assume they did something along that line also. But so pick up the Sun Times or look at that online, remembering Jesse Jackson there. And we'll hear more about funeral and things along that line for Reverend Jackson. But anyway, he's had a lot of influence on politics in America and how we look at things. And we should thank the Lord for that he's been here with us this period of time, and we'll have to carry on of that justice movement that he was talking about. So that's what we're talking about, just remembering Jesse Jackson, and let's keep up that moment of social justice. Well, we use the word social. I know evangelicals don't like that word, but social, that means public. Your justice isn't just sitting in somewhere else, it's out in the public. You got to show your justice in your public. I guess you can show your justice at home too, I guess, with your family. But social justice is very important, and we can look at Matthew 25 in the Bible for more on that, and where the Lord thinks about what we act out. We got to act out more, and I have to do more. We all have to do more to show more love for one another. We show love for God and love for our neighbor. Those are the two great things. Those are the heart of Christianity. Those are the heart of following God. And Jesus came to show us that. So I think that Reverend Jackson came to show us about showing love to others. and we got to show love to others and to our God. So this Holy Week and this holy season in Lent, and then right now we're having Ash Wednesday today, and then we'll have our days of Lent, and so let's remember to think about the others and how we can be an example to our community. So again, we thank the Lord for letting us have Jesse Jackson for just a little while with us. So we'll talk again, Lord willing. We'll be back on what day is we're going to be back? It's Friday. We'll be back on Friday at 5 p.m., Lord willing. So we'll see you then on Friday. Thank you for listening here. And we'll keep talking and we'll just keep moving ahead. Thank you very much. God bless now. Have a great rest of the day. Bye bye.